USDA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Collegiate star in nearby Maryland. This is Anthony McFarland.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's got room. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Anthony McFarland, 71 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
Chris Boswell on for the point after.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And some room to roam. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a run with McFarland. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Some breathing room. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
It's just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
A gain of 3, second down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Running with McFarland. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, it's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Jackson. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
5-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Cameron Hayward, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 17-0 our score after 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a the first carry for their fullback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Yard line.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards the pickup there.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Cameron Hayward bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
It's now 3rd down.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Right there. 54.
Jackson from the shotgun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They begin the drive with McFarland. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Anthony McFarland.
Tavon Young in on the tackle.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, McFarland. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run with McFarland. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. Sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, middle. Here I come again. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. I'll get him.
Throwing again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 11 at the 41. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Ground, it's McFarland. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Thomas. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 74 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's McFarland. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of
and that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Brings up 4th down.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 83 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and run with Ingram. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8.
24, Ravens 16.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Jimmy Smith.
It's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, McFarland. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. McFarland once more. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with McFarland. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. quarterback, it's Kalen Ballage. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I'm talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The toss right. This is Ingram. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
He was brought down.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down. Jackson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Marquise Brown.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Jackson will throw again. And this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play. Make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
At the 24-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. McFarland running out of the gun. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, McFarland. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All right, now, slack 20. We go. Line 36. Line 36. Let's go, D.
On 2nd down now. McFarland. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The 45-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Now a run with McFarland. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't.
gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw again is Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. First 25 yards that time. Being chased out left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, but it'll be 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Buying time to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Chris Boswell.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze the throwing.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens cut into that lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Ravens 22.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On 1st down, McFarland. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running with McFarland. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Ball carrier.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
28-yard line. Brings up 2nd down. Tonight.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.